Hello paper crafters, this is Jane Fires, Fun Stamper's Journey, Coach 151. Today I want to show you one of our cards that I made using Build a Wreath. And this wreath can be used for any holidays, so I'm going to do it today as a birthday card. Along with this one, I'm also using one of my favorites, which is Inside Out, and this can be used for all kinds of different things. Thinking of you, graduation, sympathy, birthday, and there's words for the inside of your card as well. So those are the two stamp sets. Then the other thing we're going to use today is our Journey Color Burst pencils, and today I'm going to use two of the purples, and I'll show you those numbers in a minute. But I like our pencils. They're an oil-based colored pencil so that you can use not only Gamma-Sol, but today I'm going to show you, I'm going to use baby oil. Here are two of the cards I've already made with it, thanks cards. This one, of course, I used our red and pink, and in this I used the two purple. On this one I used the bow that's in there and I embossed it with gold. This one I used our grape lattice ribbon and just made a double bow. So these are the two cards to give you an idea of what we're going to do. On this particular card, my words are in Riverstone, which is a little bit lighter black. It's a grayish color. And then this one, of course, I used our black licorice on. So today I'm going to go with our black licorice in our color. The color, or the paper that we're going to use today, the cardstock, we will use Grape Fusion. And remember, Grape Fusion is solid all the way through, as is Pretty Amethyst, and this is the other purple that we're going to be using. And then, of course, we'll be using our white whipped cream, which is a normal paper that I always use. Okay, now on this card, I'm just going to show you real quickly because I don't want you to have to watch me color. On this one I stamped the wreath, and then I'm using our two colors out of our Color Burst pencils. One is number 34 and the other is number 35. And I think here you can see the difference. One is much lighter than the other one. And so I'm going to use the lighter one here to finish out my coloring. And I simply went ahead and colored all my little bud things in here. So I have those three finished now. So I'm going to take our Color Burst blender that we have, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in my baby oil. Now, baby oil usually comes with a top on it, and I don't lift the tab off. I leave it there because it's got a little tiny hole, and I can just stick my little blender in and get some of the baby oil, and then I can just blend what I've just colored. And that's how I blended this entire wreath all the way through my card. So there's that finished. Now that's ready to go. Now let me show you on here, because I've been asked, how did I do this particular one right here? So I'm going to show you. I'm going to take my black licorice, and when you do this, you're going to want to have scrap paper underneath. I'm going to take my black licorice, ink my stamp, and then I'm only going to put about, a third of it on in the very middle of my card. Then I'm going to re-ink my stamp, and now I'm going to go over to my right side, bring my stamp down a little further, and stamp that side. All right, and I've got one more side to do, so re-ink my stamp and bring it to the other side. Now what I try to do over here is to line it up so that it's about even with this one, and stamp it in. So there's how I did the parts of my wreath. Now you could, with this stamp, of course, you could stamp right in the center and get your whole wreath if you wanted to, but I do it that way so that down here now I have room to put words. So once you've got that done, then you're ready to color however you want to color it. So I'm going to go back to the one that I've already colored in, and I'm making this one a birthday stamp. So I'm going to take my black licorice, ink up Happy Birthday, and I'm going to put Happy Birthday in the center towards the middle part of my card where I have no wreath at. And there it is. Now this will be layered on top of this And for that, I'm going to use my craft glue because it gives me time to move it around if I need to a little bit. Where if I use the white liner tape or even our adhesive runner, our tape runner, sometimes I can't do that, so I want to make sure I can. Okay, and lay that right in there. Take my Grape Fusion cardstock, fold it in half, and then this is going to fit right in there, but I'm going to pop it up. And I'm going to pop it up with our foam squares. So on this card, I'm going to put in 4 full ones, besides one right in the middle. So I have each corner done and one in the middle. Take my backing off. And center it on my card base. And then on the inside, I will take a piece of whipped cream, again using my Journey craft glue. Put it on the inside. Gotta get it even though. And lay it in. Okay, now on the inside, I'm going to put another happy birthday towards the top. And then underneath that one, I'm going to put the words, wishing you a day full of joy and a year filled with smiles. So there's the inside. So there's my birthday card. Now I could, if I wanted to, do a ribbon on here, but this one I like just plain. It's a little different than these other two that I showed you, although basically it's made the very same way. But it simply doesn't have a bow on it. Now the other thing that you can do with these is, of course, add some Journey glaze. And I think on this one that we just did, I'm going to add some, but I'm not going to add it to all of them. I'm just going to add it to a few of the darker ones, the reddish purple color. And again, you don't have to do all of them, so I'm just going to do a few of them here and there. The thing that you have to remember when you use this, however, is that you do need to let it dry. And this card takes no time really to make. The biggest thing is simply, if you're going to use the glaze, to let it dry, and the coloring, however long it would take you to color. But you can have this card actually made up in just a very short time, in just a matter of a few minutes. So there it is, another card. If you have any questions, you can get a hold of me at seraph1@aol.com. Have a great and blessed day.